Okay, good afternoon, good morning, or good evening. Um, Whenever you're watching this recorded report of my technical writing in the subject technical writing. So let's go into my presentation. Okay, this is my project proposal for technical writing. It is the renovation and repurpose of Zamboanga Plaza Casino and Hotel. So I'ma include the video format and as well as the soft copy of my writing on my submission. It will be emailed as well as sent on MS Teams as well, so that we can have both ways. Either way, you can view it. Okay, ma'am. Here's my company. My company is Ianosa. Ianosa is a cultural mix Filipino and Native American design which showcase from modern up to classical and prehistoric type of structural design, adapting not just on the theory but also on the nature and cultural influences of both race. Ianosa offers the following services. So here's the services that we are offering. So we're offering surveying, renovation, interior design, landscaping, house and commercial design, structural design, construction, building materials, building estimate, and building consultation. So here's the logo. So behind the logo is just a minimal logo. This is just a combination of letter E, Y, and S put in one rectangular shape, as you can see. Yeah, is the combination. Here's the E like this, and here's the Y in the center. Here's the N. The N is seemingly in here, and here's the S also seemingly. Put it on a box. Added this this accent so that it can be more harmonized and with the design. Yeah, could be looking well presented. So here's the mock-up of the company. We got a device and technological mock-up. So we tried to have a mock-up so that the company has its own app and has its own OS supposedly. And here's the printable mock-ups used for business card, office papers, and letters as well. So here's the the company glass mock-up. What you call this? This is the printables when you open the door of the meeting room or whatever. I've seen this on the movies. I've seen this on establishment and many buildings. They have this one as well. So looking at the mission and vision. Mission is the Inosa design and construction shall create sustainable and high-class construction, services, and design locally as well as internationally. So we're aiming not just locally but also on an international level. Vision: Inosa design and construction will be the best construction design firm locally and internationally. So we're directly aiming for that spot. Location: Ianosa Design and Construction is located in various site locally. The main office is located in Lucena City, Quezon. Another office is in Pasay City, Manila. The last office is located in Davao City, Mindanao. So aside from local offices, Ionos is also operating in the US through partnership with the Bella Construction and Grand Shallow Group of companies. Offices located at Phoenix, Arizona and Rocky Boy Mountain, Montana, USA. Ionosa Design Service is also available on Fiverr and Upwork. This allows us to extend our operational availability as well as letting Ionosa be placed on the map. So not just on local, not just on the Philippines, we are planning to operate also on US, because I am looking at a point of view that these two companies will try to help me. By the way, the Bella Construction is a legit company. It is currently not a construction company but a roofing company. Grand Shallow Group of Companies is also a legit company. I work for them as a graphic and a creative staff. Yeah. And I was looking forward to pitch it once the time that I am done studying architecture. As well as I want to point out that we will be launching our freelancing outlets like Fiverr and Upwork. And I know you are aware of what is Fiverr and what is Upwork. They are vice versa and the opposite of each other. Because on Fiverr, clients will get onto you because uh, you have a service to offer, while on Upwork you are the one to approach the client, you are the one to bid on their projects as well. So okay, we will go on to the background and construction. Okay, by the background, UNOSA Design Construction is planning to restore and repurpose Zamboanga Plaza Hotel and Casino in Zamboanga City. It is an abandoned structure opened in 1979, and according to the site 3D Universal, one of the most one of the biggest and the most luxurious 5-star hotels in Mindanao. So from 5-star hotel, we'll be repurposing the structure as a crop and agricultural center. Okay. Overview. Design work. First, we will design the roof of the structure, replacing the galvanized steel roof into a greenery and eco-friendly roofing system by reconsidering the proper waterproofing of the structure. Next is to make the pathway system that allows us to catch and filter rainwaters to be used in the center for daily operations such as hand washing, toilet water system, watering crops and plants, and other watering purposes except for drinking water. So about the path, it is just a recent what you call this knowledge that I gained from my design class, that we can make the pathways, we can include a rain garden on our pathways so that we can collect rainwater from the pathway so that it can be used and desalinate, just like on the sea. Yeah, we can desalinate and treat the water so that it can be useful. Yeah. Next is to make more consideration for proper and progressive nature and ventilation and natural lighting by allowing wider windows into the structure. So it is a must nowadays because we must conserve our nature by limiting our carbon footprint. So we are focusing more on making wider windows indoors so that the proper lighting and the proper ventilation can come in. Okay, the use of passive cooling allows the cold wind outside to pass inside and the warm wind inside to pass outside the structure. For the style of the project, we will make it at taste due to the following historic element and the use to consider and conserve through time. So you will not bother to change the style of the structure. It is what it is. The use of solar energy is also being considered. So for the renewable and sustainable part, we will use solar power. So here's the example of greenery roof, which is a sky garden as well. It can be a sky garden, and this is the example of the rain garden. It is on Singapore. I just recently found out that they have a rain catchment system on their pathways so that it can be cleaned. Okay, this is the example of natural ventilation as well as natural lighting, so that we can let cool air pass in, and also we can use the lighting from the sun as well to make our structure bright inside as well. Okay, we will go on to the construction materials. Construction materials in OSA is also leaning on innovation as well as combining it to its cultural and indigenous root. This allows us to use materials such as cocolumber wood, softwood for intricate details. So for the materials, we are planning to use two types of wood. The first one is cocolumber. Yeah, it is a default type of wood to use when building a structure or making a scaffolding for not that high type of not that high type of fixing, but for the task that we need more we need more elevation, it is a must to use a metal scaffolding. Also softwood for more intricate detailing. We want to add detailing on the windows and also onto the doors, onto the walls if must. Cement for plastering and reconditioning the walls and flooring. Yeah, we will use cement for fixing some of the structure damage. Let me just, if it is a crack or a serious one, we will try to fix it. Outdoor garden hollow bricks for the outdoor flooring and trimming some parts. No. Outdoor garden hollow bricks for the outdoor flooring and outdoor bricks not hollowed. So we will try to have two types of pathway. The other pathway is the hollow bricks. It is this type of a brick that is hollow, which has a hole inside of it, so that the soil can breathe, and also we can grow grass in there. It can help the rainwater flush down when there's a storm, and the flood could be flushed down through it. And also we will try to add some outdoor brick, because not always it is not always applicable because of the times when some office staff wears high heels, it can get stuck on the pathway. So we will try to use both hollow bricks. I will try to show it to you later. We will also like to consider trimming some parts of the structure without compromising the strength and capability of the structure, handling different types of loads, forces inside and outside the structure. So we will try to trim some part. The structure is pretty huge because it is a 5-star hotel. So for an office like that, for an office to be repurposed, some parts should go away, should be not there. Some parts would have serious damages should be taken away from the original plan, such that we can manipulate that by eliminating some part. In this method, we will take away all of the unnecessary parts of the structure that we do not merely contribute to a new purpose of the structure, which is a crop and agricultural center. So this is the two types of wood, the cocolumber as well as the softwood. We will use some cement. We will use maybe 2 types or 3 types of cement depending on the use of it. And this is what I'm talking about. This is the hollow brick. You can spot some of this on some hotel if you are traveling. You can spot some of this, or even on your aunties or grandma's houses. They usually put that on their, what you call this, on their gardens, to make it look like social, but it is not that social. It has a purpose as well, so that the soil can breathe in and also the water can be flushed down. And also this the outdoor tiles. I prefer using outdoor tiles over the normal tiles, because we know that normal tiles are slippery and not been produced for outdoor purposes because it's so slippery. Okay, now we will go to the timeline. Okay, for the timeline, I split it into two parts. The first part is for designing, and the second part is for the actual construction. So, timeline of the design and construction activity. The design team will start surveying as well as gathering information on the 20th of October up to the 1st of December 2022. They will start the preliminary study as well as designing from 5th of December 2022 to 2nd of January 2023. So this is another year. The follow-up study and designing will be on the 5th of January to the 5th of February 2023. The final study and design will be on the 6th of February to 10th of March. For the design process, it will take 5 months to prepare for the construction phase. So, as you can see, designing a structure, even if it is just a renovation or a purpose or building it from the ground up and making a new one, it will take time. It will not just be like there for 1 month or 2 months. Not it will not result as good as you want the client to look quality as this, so that we will take up 5 months of preparation, because preparation is always king. Without preparation, we cannot execute, we cannot plan very well for the construction. If you're watching some of the home renovation shows, also some tiny houses blogs, or some mainly construction series, it takes them months and months and months for the preparation up until they come up with a good solution. And I think preparation is vital for it. So we will go on to the actual construction. The constructions because the construction phase will start as soon as the board of the company and the client agrees on the proposed plan between March 5 to 15, 2023. So we will put a, what you call this, a gap of days, so that they will agree on the proposed plan. If they don't agree on the proposed plan, or if the client doesn't agree and wants some tiny tweaks or minor tweaks, they will go again to the phase 1 up until they come up with a plan as well. So that's why I am labeling the construction phase as weeks, not the actual, what you call this, not the exact date as it should be, because negotiating with the client is really tough, especially on those type of clients that is on the government, or those clients that has many assets, or those clients that is really meticulous on their plan. Yeah, those corporate clients as well. So clearly, after they decide and they agree on whatever propose plan day 1 2. So we will go on to the clearing and mild cleaning will be 1 to 2 weeks. So they will clean the area as well as clear some trees and just a normal cleaning. For the intensive cleaning will be done by 2 weeks, and then the following site inspection and visitation of the architect in charge. So by the following 2 weeks it will be an intensive cleaning. Yeah, maybe some clearing up the inside and out of the structure is necessarily, and also we will try to hire an architect in charge so that someone is supervising and overseeing the cleaning and the construction phase. The renovation and trimming of the structure will be 2 months max. Why it is 2 months? Because as you can see, renovation is not that simple, so we will give at least 2 months max for renovation and trimming of some part. For the trimming, we will use some heavy machinery such as bulldozer or a wrecking. A wrecking ball. No, that's not the machine. Let me recall what kind of machine was that. Okay. Landscaping, installation of rain catchment system, installation of greenery and roofing, the installation of solar panels will be 2 to 3 months. So by the time that the renovation and trimming is done, we'll go on to the installation of rain catchment system that we're talking about, that rain garden, which filter out, which catches the rain from its gutter, from its from its greenery up to the filter, which filters it out and goes back to our water reservoir or water reserve, so that it can be used for our daily uses, can be used for our daily operations such as hand washing, just watering the plants, for mainly for everyday tasks, except for for drinking, because it is not that filtered out for drinking. Landscaping will add some other greenery as well. For the roofing, we will add some greenery. Installation of solar panels, it is vital so that we have a renewable and sustainable concept for this project. Final site visitation and inspection after the installation of water, renewable energy and roofing. So we will have a final visitation after the installation of everything. Finishing, such as intricate detailing, walls, doors, ceiling, flooring, stairs, paint, will be done in 1 month. So in 1 month we will have the last part of the construction, which is the finishing part, having the details on the walls, doors, ceiling, as well as on the stairs, and painting it all up to whatever the client and the design board agrees on, what kind of color does it fits. Maybe it's a light green or a gray, because it is actually an office space, so it will be colored as corporate as it can be. All in all, it will take 7 months for the construction phase. That leads us to the total of, guess what, it is 1 year in making. Further events such as natural disaster, pandemic, site accident, and lack of funding will be ground for an extension or abandonment of the structure. Sad to say, we have this type of scenario which has to do with natural disasters such as earthquakes, bagyo, what else? Natural disaster, volcanic. If there's a volcano in Zamboanga, haven't seen. or a tsunami, it will be grounded for the extension or abandonment. For site accident, yeah, it will be also an extension because not all the stop. Oh, let me rephrase that. All of the stop and in the construction is important. If one has been involved in an accident, you try to fill that up and hire a new one, and it will slow down the process of construction. Lack of funding, this is one of the reason why a project is always been abandoned because the client, it's either the client or the design board did not use the fund better, or the design board did not estimate as planned as it should be, as well as on the site, if there's a perman or a supervisor in charge, it's either he is having some corruption in there, taking away some parts of the percentage for the materials, which is not a good thing, for a construction etiquette, and as well as not a good thing for the project financing. Okay, I also made a roadmaps for it. As you can see, the design phase starts with October 2022 to December 2022 to January to February 6, 2023. It takes 5 months for the preparation and the construction project. Okay, for the construction phase, it starts from March 10 to 15, which is, I said, they must have a decision. If they don't agrees on the proposed plan, it's either they will turn down the design board, or the design board will start from design phase, which is another 5 months, or if it is just a minimal tweak, it will take just 1 month or 2 months. It is just a case to case basis, and that construction phase will eat some of the 7 months. That all in all, it is 12 months or 1 year. It takes almost 12 months and 1 year to finish. So that's it. Thank you for listening. I hope it is enough. If it is not enough, I will try to fill up all the gaps. Maybe making some plans. I did not make some plans for it because I assumed or presumed that it is a technical writing subject. So, furthermore, thank you for this opportunity, and I hope you have a good academical break. Thank you.